Starting off at the top of the screen, the first place to point out is the Search Form area. If you click where it says Show Search Form, Evergreen will display a small panel at the top where you can quickly do additional searches. To make that panel go away again, just click Hide Search Form. Directly beneath that area is the Record Summary, which shows basic bibliographic info from the MARC record. Currently, the Record Summary area is collapsed, but if we click the drop-down here, the cover image will display, along with more extensive details. I personally like to leave this section expanded. Whether or not you choose to do so, I guess just, make your best decision based on the size of the monitor that you have available. And finally, at the bottom are the Record View tabs. I think it's worth taking a bit of time to highlight these individually. As we will see, there are many choices, many options for viewing a record. You can select any of these as the default view. First off, we have the Item Table tab. This gives a basic summary of all of the item records, all of the barcodes that are attached to this MARC record, based on whatever level of the Spark hierarchy you searched at. You can view item details or edit item details by clicking the links in the columns here. Next up is the MARC Edit tab. This is where catalogers would go to change or to edit the coding of a bibliographic record. Local catalogers do not have this permission, so we will move on. Following that, we have the MARC View tab. This allows you to view, but not to change, a record's MARC coding. If you need to verify whether a record in Spark actually matches what you need to catalog, you probably will be visiting this area quite frequently. Next up is the Record Notes tab. This is a feature that lets us attach cataloging-related notes to a MARC record. If a cataloger made a change to a subject heading, they could let people know about that here. Such notes are only viewable in the web client, not the regular Patron OPAC, so only other librarians will be aware of them. Moving on, we have the View Holds tab. This lets you see every hold request in the system placed on whatever record you are viewing, scoped by the Holds Pickup library. Next up is the Monograph Parts tab. Monograph parts are something that we will cover in more detail during the Level 2 Copy Cataloger training webinar. For now, the quickest explanation is that monograph parts let Evergreen focus on only one section of a larger bibliographic record. The catalog record we have been using for this demonstration is a multi-volume encyclopedia set about dinosaurs. Each volume of this encyclopedia would get its own monograph part. Following that is the Holdings View tab. This is the area that you would go to when you need to transfer call numbers or barcodes from one record to another. You can also use this View tab to add, edit, and delete call numbers or items. Next is the Conjoined Items tab. Conjoined items are something that we don't really use much in Spark. It's a feature that allows you to link one item record to multiple MARC records. For now, just leave this area alone. And finally, the Shelf Browse tab. Similar to the Shelf Browse search option that we talked about earlier, if you click on this tab, it will show you, well, basically what you would see if you walked to the stacks and actually looked at where your record was in your library. We'll need to scroll down a little in order to get the full effect, but here you see the call numbers from this encyclopedia that my library owns. Everything above are call numbers that come before, and everything beneath are call numbers that come afterwards. The very last thing to mention in relation to Record View tabs is the Set Default View button. If you click this, then whichever catalog view tab you currently have displayed, from then on, that view tab will be displayed first whenever you load a new catalog record.